So I was just crying a second ago, and it's a good thing, which is kind of crazy because we don't have a lot of like surprise good things happen at our house. But Nick actually got a phone call this morning that said he did really well at the interview on Friday and they'd like to extend him a position. So we might be moving closer to like South Portland. Right now we're in like super East Portland. I said closer to South. Fine. We're going west. West. So we're going to West Portland after our lease is up here. So that'll give me, I don't know, 8 months to to get prepared to move. I would need that. That's the sad part. But honestly, it'd be a lot easier to move there than it was to move up here because we basically just got rid of a lot of stuff. And we also have a storage unit in Lake Oswego. So oh my God, excuse me. So it'll be easier to get stuff from there with a U-Haul trailer or truck. And yeah, we'll just have to think about the pros and cons of that. So I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're very excited that he got the job. And it'll be a new adventure, just like moving up here was. So now I'm gonna go make some breakfast. So today, I mean, basically the best thing that's happened is that Nick is gonna now have this great opportunity to have this crazy job, and I'm taking finals. And doing finals online is like kind of the scariest thing ever because they you're basically on your honor, not cheating. So I mean, of course, you could be over here on your phone trying to look up all the answers, or you can just take your test, get the grade that you get, and let it be good. A couple weeks ago, I had a test in accounting, and I took it, and I got like a 68, and I was really upset. But I also have test anxiety. And so sometimes when I'm taking the test, I don't feel like I'm taking it fast enough, and I don't feel like I'm getting the right answers either. And so I panic and I'll read through the question, but I won't read through it correctly. And then that leads to like a miscommunication from the question to me. And I've had this problem for a long time. Most of the time, if I can take like a practice test beforehand, I don't usually have the same problem. So right now while taking finals, it's just like I'm panicked. Well, and then one of my teachers said something like, when you're taking the final, make sure that you're not cheating because we have sources to be able to know if you've accessed some certain sites. And part of me is kind of like, are you just saying that? Or is that realistic? And if people have done pretty well throughout the whole semester, then why would they need to cheat? Like, if this whole semester in my business class has been about using something called CAPSIM, which I've talked about before. And I mean, if you've been trying to do the best that you can and get the best feedback that you can, then you wouldn't really need to cheat because you would understand it enough after, 12 weeks to be able to perform a couple of rounds of CAPSIM. And so, sometimes, all the time, cheating doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. 90% of the time, I wouldn't even think to do it because I have test anxiety and I panic and I can't think of anything else. But, even that 10% of the time that I think about it, it's kind of like, it's not really worth it. And, how much different would my grade have been if I would have actually cheated and got the right answer on something? Probably not that much of a difference. So long story short, I'm going through finals, and that makes for a very boring couple of days. But I'd also like to do my nails. I don't know. I've got little baby playing her little marimba in the background. But she has been, I don't know if she's teething or just going through a growth spurt or something, but she cries nonstop. And it's usually at times when I'm like eating. So the one time that I'm basically getting to myself, it's been a little bit difficult. But, you know, we're trying to do our best. And I actually had a pretty bad headache today. So all of the screaming and crying just made me really... It made my headache worse. I don't know why that happens. So anyways, sorry if these are some very boring vlogs. I would like to go do some things later in the week. And actually we'll see what happens when Nick comes home. I don't know. So it's 11 o'clock and I'm still doing a final. I'm almost done with it. But I'm so burnt out. I'm so burnt out because of this class load that I've been taking. And it's frustrating because of test anxiety. I don't understand a lot of the questions that are coming to me. And I'm like, did we even study that this semester? Like, what is going on? My head just doesn't know how to compute. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily because it's 11 o'clock at night, because I am a night owl. And so I'm still going to be up for probably another hour or so. I guess it depends. When I finish this final, I'll kind of see how I feel. And I don't know. I could probably finish everything by tomorrow if I really wanted to. Not by tomorrow, like by tomorrow evening. Because I definitely need enough time to go through everything. But yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm shaking a little. I still have this really bad pain in this one shoulder, and then it kind of transferred over here. And then it's kind of just like in my back between my shoulder blades, and I don't know. I think I'm really stressed out because of finals, and it's just like gripping to my body. And I just remembered that I didn't edit a video for today, so we'll see if that gets out. So it is 17 minutes later. I finished my final and I'm gonna go to bed. I was like, yeah, I'll stay up for a couple more hours. No, I'm tired. The other things would, the other projects or finals would take way too long to figure out. So I was like, whatever. But I did want to share with you a conversation I had with my mom this morning. She was so sweet. She was so happy that Nick got this new job. And, you know, we were having a laugh about possibly us moving and me being able to have 8 months to plan it. And she was like, yeah, and it'll be a much easier move because you guys don't have anything to get rid of. You got rid of everything when you moved up there. I was like, yep, we really did. We really got rid of everything when we moved up here. So it's definitely been an interesting experience living up here. I don't even think necessarily it's hard to live up here. I actually really like living up here. But the whole moving up here thing is very different. And we keep going around going, oh, this kind of looks like, you know, downtown Roseville, or, oh, you know, this kind of looks like Citrus Heights. And we keep talking about places where, you know, it just kind of looks familiar, or they had the same building structures, or, you know, but actually a lot of it reminds us of San Francisco, and half of that fact is, it's the fact that people walk like everywhere, and it's kind of cold and windy, but most of the days it hasn't been too terrible. Somebody told us when it snows, they get like the wet slushy snow, so it's not necessarily pretty, and I was kind of like, whatever. But yeah, if we were moving, we'd be moving more east, and it would
technically maybe be in the same town, or the same city. It'd be like Portland, which Portland's pretty big. So, yeah, we'd be able to do it all in a day, and it'd for sure be interesting. So we'll see what happens. But it was funny to have that little interaction with my mom where she was just super happy for us, and we were just having a laugh about, you know, things are really hard and then they turn around. They're going to be really hard again, and then, you know, they'll turn around in some way. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Things get better. They do. You kind of have to wait for, you know, the rainbows. That sounds so cheesy, but it's true. You know, you have to wait for the good things to come along, and you have to also look for the good things and, you know, go out and try to make the good things happen. So sometimes something might not seem like a good thing, but you can make it into a good thing, you know? I should probably stop rambling before this video is longer than it should be.